Now, this is a game that was put out by Konami. Everyone was excited about this because this was the first time people were going to see the Castlevania series on the PlayStation, and this was the game. Well, in this game, you find out that you're actually descended from Dracula. And Castlevania gameplay was always very simplistic in that, you know, it's a side-scrolling 2D platform game. You kind of got your, like, whip chain kind of thing going on, and you basically had to, like, collect hearts by, you know, smacking candles and things like that. Now, one of the unique things that this version of Castlevania had was that you could change into other entities. Like, you could change into a wolf, you could change into a bat, and you also could change into this kind of green, foggy mist thing. Well, you could change into a fart, basically, is what it kind of was like. But the most amazing thing about Castlevania was the background art. Gamers had really never seen colors like this and backgrounds like this. They were very superbly done. It was really the high point of the Castlevania game. But we can't ignore the music. People went nuts for the Castlevania Symphony of the Night music. What more could you want in a game? You got great gameplay, awesome graphics, easy controls, and amazing sound. Castlevania Symphony of the Night for the PlayStation 1.
Hey, we're back in the courts and we're talking about Mall Tycoon from Take-Two Interactive for the PC.
Right.
Now this is another take on all of those sim games that are out there.
We got Roller Coaster
Yeah.
Tycoon,
Zoo Tycoon,
Sim City,
Railroad Tycoon,
Airport Tycoon.
Yeah, there's tons of those out there.
Well, now we're talking about building, operating, and owning your own mall.
And I thought that was a very cool idea.
You like the idea?
I did very much.
I like the concept.
The concept is cool. The game is developed by a company called Holistic Design.
Now, what have they done before?
Well, they're more of a pen and paper RPG company. They've done all kinds of sort of sci-fi RPG things. They've been involved in miniatures. They did a computer game called Merchant Prince 2.
Never heard of it.
I think that this is some kind of new territory for these guys.
Right.
And quite frankly, after playing the game, although there were elements that I liked, I'd have to say that that kind of shows. This is something a little bit out of their range, I think.
Yeah, well, you know, the best part of the game for me was I could build my own mall.
That's right.
So you know what my mall looked like?
No.
My mall consisted of toy stores on every corner, you have music stores, there was computer games, there was video arcades, there's a movie theater, and lots of lingerie stores too.
Right.
Because, well, you want to attract the women to end the lingerie, so...
Okay.
So it was a very strange mall.
It has nothing to do with your shopping habits.
No.
All right.
No.
If you want to just pick up and play with this game, you start in about the 1950s, and the way that you earn the ability to open up new kinds of stores, you can research all kinds of new stuff that you can sell in your stores.
Right.
And that keeps growing. So you may start off in the 1950s with records, and then you'll end up in the year 2000 with lots of CDs and stuff.
Hey, here's a fun thing you can do. You can actually hire Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny.
Right.
Now, the best thing for me is I like hiring Santa Claus in the summer
Right.
and having Easter Bunny at Christmas. Not very popular move to do in Mall Tycoon.
You can see your dollars dropping.
I just try to mess with the game as much as possible.
Yeah.
You know, this is fun for me.
One of the things that I didn't like about the game is that you can't really tell what level you're on. If you build a mall that's a few levels high, you have to go back to sort of the main menu screen before you know what level you're on. And that kind of stuff is really easily rectified by just placing a floor counter on the side of the screen or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the interface goes, too, I kind of find it a little difficult to spin around the whole 3D thing and zoom in and zoom out. I've seen it done a lot better in these types of games.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a little bit clunky. It feels like a first-time attempt to create a sim game. It doesn't have that sort of polish that the Sim City games have.
For a PC game in the year 2002, I didn't think the graphics nearly stacked up to any of the competition out there either.
I have to agree with you. All the shoppers are just little 2D, you know, paste-on little bitmaps that sort of crawl across the screen with hardly any animation to speak of. I also really didn't like how chuggy the game got the more objects that you put into your mall. And I have a pretty fast PC with a GeForce 3 card, and I maxed all the graphics out. And as soon as my mall got pretty sizable, it really started to slow down. It was really chuggy, and I was not impressed with that. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10.
I give it like a 5.5. I mean, you know, it's like I wanted to love it, but once I built my whole like little Tommy World mall, I just didn't care anymore.
On the positive side, we were really impressed with the concept. It's original and fresh. We like the amount of stores that you can put in your mall. There's lots of things that you can sell.
But on the negative side, you know, you really just kind of get bored of the gameplay really quick. You know, we thought the graphics could have been a little bit more improved. We didn't like the interface too much and the way you move around the 3D world and the way you had to click through different menus.
Well, that's it for the show. I hope you guys had fun. I know we did. We'll see you next time on Judgment Day. Impress me.
Impress you?
Yeah. Today on the show, we took a look at NBA Courtside 2002 from Nintendo for the GameCube. We love the graphics, especially the faces in this game, although we thought the jump shots were a little bit too slow. We also dribbled down the court in NBA Inside Drive 2002 from Microsoft for the Xbox. We thought that there was great offensive and defensive balance in the game, but the rebounding needed a lot of work. We also slashed our way through Maximo. Great production values, classic gameplay, but it's very, very tough. On the PC, we took a look at Mall Tycoon. We thought it was a great concept, but it gets a little too tedious a little too soon. In our hardware segment, we looked at the video game enhancer from New Wave Technologies. Now, it does what it's supposed to do, but it really needs more high-grade inputs. In our handheld segment, I looked at Motocross Maniacs Advance. I loved all the crazy stunts and action in this game. Here we go.
No problem. No problem.